In my house, I maintain zero naughtiness. Recently, I've been on a few dates, and when I meet people, I take to them a list of all the reasons why I'm a bad idea.
I feel like I need to give you some dating advice. Don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, but I think I guess I do that because I'm going to be different than what they may imagine. Because there's a reasonable place, a starting point people can make on how another person's going to behave in the world. And I deviate so dramatically from current norms that I think it's fair to inform them up front, like, here's how far I've deviated from what a reasonable person in the year 2023 could expect someone else to behave. And so I feel like I'm doing them a service of being like, hey, here's why you're not going to want to be with me, because I'm so different than the norms you're accustomed to.
But you're going on these dates. So part of me thinks that you want to find someone, that you want to be in a relationship, have a companion, or have somebody in your life. So it's interesting that you turn up with that kind of want, but then you kind of block it with well, here's all the things of why not to date me.
Well, it's not blocking. It's my attempt at trying to move through time at an accelerated pace. So instead of the person arriving at the observation in 4 months or 6 months of like, I just can't do this because we differ so much in these patterns, I'd rather not waste the 4 to 6 months in that process. I'd rather say, yeah, like we enjoy each other, but we're just so fundamentally different in our preferences. It's going to be hard. My life is pretty full. Like my son, he's with me in his last year of high school. He's off to college. He's my best friend. We pal around and do everything together. It's just a phenomenal relationship. So I'm really enjoying this relationship. And once he's gone, then I think it's a different thing for me to solve for a relationship. But, as we all know, relationships are among the most challenging things that we humans can engage in. And I have a little bit of experience now, and I'm really trying to be thoughtful about how to do this. And and I think trying to be upfront as much as possible is helpful.
Absolutely. I think
I hope.
No, it is. And I think, something that really took me by surprise is when you said to me earlier, I do still have dinner. I just move it on the weekends. And so there is that incorporation that you can have that into your life. And I think that's just an important part, right? It's whoever comes into your life, it's, am I part of that or am I behind that? Or what's kind of what for you, what are you going to put first? I think that's the thing in any relationship that somebody wants to hear from someone else.
And it's also like a small thing, for example, like in my house, I maintain zero naughtiness. If you have a craving and you want to be naughty, there's nowhere to go. There's absolutely nothing to do in this house. And I do that because I don't trust myself.
This reminds me of my modeling days. There was nothing. When I had to get into a swimsuit, there was nothing in the house that would tempt me.
I appreciate that. I mean, like, really, like, just like Ulysses of old, I don't trust myself, and I don't want to put myself in that situation. And so if that person has preferences of what they want to have around, that's going to be too hard for me. I just don't want to spend my emotional energy on having to deal with that.